Hey, hello friends. All right, so we're back. I have already gotten started on this manicure. I did the base coat and I put down a coat of Beetles Gel Nail Polish number F206, a light lavender. And what I'm going to do today is I am going to attempt to do a marble technique using a trash bag. Okay, so this has been the easiest way I've been able to get a technique that looks more natural as opposed to all kinds of crazy. So what we're going to do is I'll start with this one here first. Is I'm going to take just a little bit of everything and put it on my palette in a haphazard fashion. We've done this something like this before, but just, and I don't want a whole bunch of white, so I'm not going to put a lot of white on there. And then I've got this other lavender color that's a little bit more gray. I'm going to put down here. And then I've got a super bright purple, and I am just going to put like 1 or 2 dots of that. I don't want a whole lot of that either on there. So, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of silver cat eye in here, just so that we've got some, and then maybe it'll help out. Okay. So we've got all those on there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy little trash bag, and this is very thin. I mean, you can see through it. It doesn't have to be very big. You can use a sandwich bag, anything that's plastic that can give you. And what we do is we just kind of put this on here, pat it on there like that, and then we're going to take it up and we're just going to put it on our nail and smash it around. And if you don't get somewhere you want it, you just pick it up and move it again. It's not, there's no science involved. It's just how you like it. But for me, it seems to be about as natural I can get. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one under the lamp and cure it for 65 seconds. And then I've got these others, and I'm just gonna go back and get as much polish on again as I can and do the same thing. And just kind of tap this on here, okay, into whatever design I kind of like, and put it down. And if I think I need more, I'm just gonna go back and put a little bit more polish down for the next ones. This is, like I said, there's nothing really scientific about this. Put them down in different orders so you get different looks. You want more of one color, less of another, that type of thing. I've tried where you draw the lines and you feather them out and all that. And honestly, I am just not that artistic. If you decide that your trash bag is a little used up and you don't want to mess with it, like I said, I cut several pieces up off of a trash bag just so that I could do this and not have to worry about cross contamination or whatever the case may be. You just put it on here, smash it around. Like I said, this one's got a lot more white on it. Go back and get some silver. Do this again. Got quite a bit of white still on there, so I'm going to throw in some more of the gray and the purple. Just kind of put this here. And you can do this more than once if you want, so that you can get different looks, different whatever. Like I said, this is the easiest way I have found for me so far to get the marbling technique that I want without it being overly complicated, because I don't have the skills to do that. That down. And so I used Beetles F205, Beetles F207, Beetles F206, of course, and Beetles F192. And then I did a little bit of Born Pretty's Waterlight Cat Eye Metallic in there just to kind of give it a little bit. But since I didn't get as much cat eye as I want, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and try it on this thumbnail first and see how it is. What it is Model 1's laser top coat. And what it is basically is a shimmer. It's a shimmer top coat with a little bit of voila on it. So it just depends on what you like, what you want. You know, these all look very different. So there's no, I said there's no rhyme or reason. It's just what worked for me. I wanted something kind of to celebrate February, amethyst. But I'm sure a lot of you out there have some other great ways to do this. For me, this was the easiest way for me to control the color and get a nice, I guess it looks more like a marble. I'm gonna go with marble as opposed to, well, actually, yeah, marble, that's right, it's marble. I said it could be water ink, but I think it's more marble, watercolors. But I'm going to go with that. And that is a very easy marble mani. And then just go back when you're ready and clean off your palette or whatever. I'm going to clean this off real quick. And I can go back and use it, obviously, again. Slap this one in. There we go. So, I don't know. What do you think? Check that out. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think the sparkles are a little much? Maybe they are. Maybe I could have gone in with a little bit of, and just pulled it in with a brush. But I wanted to try this out. And so I don't know if I like that well, but I'm going to wear it this week. That's for sure. Not going to waste my nails. Okay, so there we go. What do you think? I think they look good. Nice and good and dry. So, there we go. Let me know what you think. And I will link the nail polish down below in case you want to try some of these. These are, and it was a box of 20 for like $10. It was on sale, so it may not be $10 when you look at it, but thought that way it gives me some chance to try out some different colors. I have been practicing on doing a rose quartz manicure, and I finally think I have at least perfected it as to how I like it. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I did it. And so we'll go from here. I think you could use probably this method for any color, obviously. But I wanted to do rose quartz because I really like rose quartz. And so I've already got my nails here and I've already put my base coat down. So that's good to go. So what I'm going to do, and I got this box of Beetles 20 color gel polish, and that's what I'm using. So I will link that down below. It's got lots of colors in it: pink, red, black, lots of blues, purples, greens, some coral. So lots of options there. So what I'm going to start with first is what is F195. And so I'm going to use a little bit of that. I'm just going to put some blobs of that here on my palette, a blob of that on my palette. And then I'm going to add to that some top coat because I want it a little bit more transparent. I don't want it so opaque. So I want a little bit of transparency there, just a light color. So I'm gonna mix these now, because that top coat will lighten that base color up, and so that it's not so opaque. So that's what we're going to do there. And then I am just going to take a brush and I am just going to paint this on here like I normally would. Okay. And you can see how it makes it more sheer. And so, because the trick to doing marbling or quartz is to have it look like there are layers. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in for 60 seconds while I'm working on the others. And I needed more room because my daughter used my bigger one, so that's why I've got these set up, so I have a little bit more room for my fingers to move things around. But this makes the, like I said, the polish more sheer when it goes on, so it can help with that depth effect. So Valentine's is next week, and so I guess these will be what I'll be wearing for Valentine's, even though they're not Valentine themed. They're still pink, so that's okay. I had my Valentine nails on last week, so all good. Let's see, did I miss a spot? There, yeah, missed a spot. Glad I caught that, because that could cause problems. All right, there we go. Get that all on there. Then I will cure these for 60 seconds and we'll move on to the next step. And I do have my little bottle of acetone over here so that I can clean my brush off, because I will need to use it several times. So I'm going to take this. Whoops. It's a good thing that one was already cured. And cure these for 60 seconds now. Okay, so I am going to wipe off my palette. Excuse me, I am going to wipe off my palette now with a little acetone, get that cleaned off. There we go. I love this glass palette. This is the best. So much better than silicone. It's easier to clean. It's just, anyway. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take all three of these colors, F194, F195, and F197, and I'm going to just kind of put a swatch across here. And I'm sure you've seen me do this or other people do this before. I'll just put a little bit of polish across these. It's okay if they touch, no big deal. And you can do these in whatever fashion you want, because they're all gonna get, you know, kind of put together anyway. So I'm gonna start with those. And I'm going to swirl them. And then I'm going to use an ombre brush, and that is a brush that's got these up here at the top so that it's thicker down here and then very thin at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ombre brush and I'm going to scoop up some of this paint, and then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to slowly just kind of take it through so you can see the lines. That's what I like about it. You can see the lines, the different. So if you like that, and I do, I'm gonna go ahead and cure that one and get the others out. And so we're just going to do the same thing with the remaining 4 nails. We're just going to scoop up some polish. And don't turn your brush over. Do it from the side that you scooped. And just do a little bit of squigglies. As much or as little as you want on each nail. There's no right or wrong here. You can go whichever directions you want with your squigglies to help with the, because we all know quartz is not, that's the whole point. It's not geometric. It's kind of a different beast in and of itself. So there we go. And then we can do some more squiggles over here. fan it out a bit if you think it's too sharp. And for this one, I'm going to go this way and just kick up some of that other different color. There we go. Okay. So we will now go ahead and cure these for 60 seconds. Clean my brush. Oops, put that right on my stamp. Now for me, the hardest part of trying to do marbling, honestly, was the white line part. And so I finally pulled my head out, for lack of a better term, and realized, hey, I have a marble plate from Maniology, and there's no reason that I can think of why I couldn't use it. So this is Maniology's M553. It's for marble. And so that's what I'm going to use next. I'm going to put my palette over the side, but I am going to need that again. All right, and I am using gel polish on this, not stamping polish, because I want, where'd that nail go? Because I want to be able to move that white polish once I get it on the nail. And if I use stamping polish, it's dry, it's done. You can't move it, you can't modify it in any way. So I am going to take, I'm just going to pick some areas here. You know, it doesn't matter which ones you pick, but you do want the small lines. You don't want huge lines. And I'm going to use this just like I would a stamping polish. I'm going to use my stamper right here. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to look at what I got, and I'm going to put it on wherever I think and however I want to on this particular nail. Now this is where, for me, the magic comes in at. I am now going to take another brush, this little pointy brush right here, and I am just going to just kind of blur these so that they're not so stark white. Just blur just a little here and there, not all crazy. And then I'm done with that one, and then we'll go ahead and cure that while I get the others out and go through the same process again. Okay, so these are back out, and I get some more, and I've got my, and gel polish is a lot harder to get off of your stamp, but if I twist it, that helps. So I'm gonna go with this design here this time. Okay, and I'm going to just go ahead and, I mean, the nice thing about this is you can do it any way you want to. I will admit that when you do this with the gel polish, you don't really get straight lines, you get kind of bubbles. But that's okay, because I'm going to be feathering them out. So it doesn't really matter to me that they're more bubbly than straight lines, because I'm feathering them. You just got to touch them just a little bit to get them feathered out. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay. And then there's still some on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop it on this one. See? And I'm going to take this over here and clean it off so I can do for the other two. And again, I'm just going to lightly touch them, blend them a little bit. So we're getting some depth on our nails here. Then I'm going to go over and do this side. And if you want just really strong lines, you can use stamping polish. But I didn't want strong lines. I wanted more. There we go. And because the gel doesn't dry as quickly, you don't have to work quite as fast either. And you can move it around a little bit to fill up in some other places that you want. Okay, so there's that one. Go back here and just kind of, like I said, just blur them a bit. Use the side of your brush if you want. All right. Now poke those back in and bring the other one back over. All right, now we're not done with the stamping plate, but we are for the moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it off so it's ready to go when we come back. Because we're gonna use it one more time. That's the point of the layering. So we get that all good and cleaned off and just put it over to the side. So now I'm gonna bring back my palette, and what I'm gonna do is, yeah, got that cleaned off. I'm going to take a little bit of the lighter shade this time, F914, and I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. I am going to put it on here, and then I'm going to blend it with some top coat so that we have a little bit more of a sheer effect. There we go. And again, no rhyme or reason, just whatever works for you. Just get that all blended really well. Go back with this one, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cover the whole nail with this. And you'll see that you're starting to get, you can see that depth effect showing up. All right, cure that. And then I'm going to come back and do this with all of these. I'm going to go ahead and cover all of these. And you can see that white is still there. You can still see it. Even though it's being covered up by this, you can still see it because this is a sheer color right now. So it's given the depth effect. Clean that off. All right, so we're back with our thumbnail. So what we're going to do now is we're done with this, clean it off, put it over to the side. Is we are going to go back to, and we're going to stamp one more time. And because that gel polish doesn't dry either, I have to go through a little bit more of my sticky station. So, but all right, so now we're just going to do some others so that they're not the same ones that we already used on that one. I'm trying to remember what I did use on that one. I'm not really 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure I didn't use this one. So again, there we go. and blend. There, and that one I'm not going to blend because I think it looks good like that. Pull these over, see what we got. See what I got left on here that I can use. Nothing's really tripping me there, so I'm gonna pull up a different stamp. Again, I try to do different ones each time so that I'm not getting the same veining, because that's what you want. You want different veins. So, but if you turn it sideways and around and upside down and everything, you'll still end up with different ones. So I think we'll use this one. I'm not sure if I did that or not, so I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. I don't think I did. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put this one on right here. And I'm gonna do this other half of the stamp on this one. And I could have turned it the other direction, but that's okay. And go back with my smudge brush. That's what I'm gonna call it, a smudge brush. Because for me, this works so much better than trying to feather. And I think you get basically the same effect. All right, I'm gonna turn this around and do this one over here. So here we go. This is all real time other than the base coat, so it really doesn't take that long. You've just gotta, it really doesn't take that long. We'll just leave it at that. And back with the smudge. All right, and now we will put that back in, and you might want to smudge these a little bit more. See, it's still wet. You can still go back and smudge it if you think that was a little too dotty. Put that back in. Now we'll cure these for 60 seconds. All right, now I'm done with that. Go ahead and clean that off so it's all good to go. Clean off my plate. I don't want to leave this all on here very long. Like I said, you can use the gel, and it makes it easier to do your marbling. So now we're done with all that. All we've got to do now is top coat these, and we are done. So go ahead and get this one top coated. Like I said, I'm very happy with the way these turned out. I have put a lot of work into trying to figure out how to do these, and I like the way these turned out. So yeah. Almost done over there. All right, 90 seconds for top coats. So that's doing that. I'll go ahead and get started on these. And that top coat, I think, really helps it shine through. Gives it that beautiful glossy finish. And as soon as that other nail is done, then I will pop these in. It'll be a little bit yet. But, you know, once these are done, if you wanted to, you could, you know, you could bling them out. You could put some crystals on them. You could do, you know, whatever you wanted to if you wanted to make them a little bit more sparkly. I like them this way, but yeah, you could definitely put crystals or whatever else you may want. Let's see, yeah, no, that's mostly glitter. I wouldn't do glitter, but that's just me. And, you know, you can do whatever you want, but you could do crystals. You could do, yeah, whatever you wanted. If you wanted to bling them up some more, I think you'd be fine. Sorry, let's put these over here. So here we go. Look at how beautiful that is. And you can, I mean, you can just see the depth, the different, and it's not bumpy. It's not huge. It's not, you know, anything like that. I even have some seashell that you could use on that if you wanted to do seashells, something like that. But I just went plain rose quartz this time because I've been trying for a long time to figure out how to do it, and finally got my inspiration. So, but this is the brush that I couldn't do without to do this. So, and here's my little brush holder from Maniology. This makes my life pretty easy too. So I can find all my brushes, and my tips don't get, on that one's kind of ruined. I need to get a new one of those, but it'll be fine. But there we go. So yeah. That is what we did here. Make sure I'm getting everything cleaned up. Get my stamper, my monocle stamper all cleaned up. Get that off of there. Because you can't use acetone on these, so you want to make sure you get all of that gel polish off. And if I put it down on my sticky stamper station like this and twist, it gets the most of it off. And you can see it on there. Well, I can't anyway. I don't know if you can through the, but yeah, so that's done. Rip that out. Voila. So here we go. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is what I've been wanting for a long time to figure out how to do. And I think I finally mastered it. I'm not, okay, maybe not mastered it, but I found a way that I can do it that, because I was having such a hard time with the white portion of it. It was just killing me. And then, like I said, I finally remembered, this plate. So, there we go. That is what I have for you ladies today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Maybe this will give you some inspiration to try quartz nails again. But whatever it is, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye.